No. Yes, we are. Wonderful. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Weekly Wellness Show. If you don't know me already, I'm Danny Cade, and I hope you're enjoying sliding into September. I had to change the beach scenery into something a little more seasonal. So, no, I don't live on this beautiful boat, but geez, it's a nice fantasy, isn't it? Anyway, let me share my screen with you. And let's do that. There we go. Get rid of that. Try to. Sometimes things go faster than others, and today is not it. That's okay. All right, we're here. All right. So again, welcome to my weekly wellness discovery show. Um, now my mouse doesn't want to work with me. I have the circle of Okay, today we're going to get into a topic that affects all of us, our telomeres, and we're actually going to talk about a tasty little gummy that can help protect them. It's going to be quite interesting. Now, there's actually an article that arrived this morning in my wellness center, should have arrived in your inbox as well. It's actually all about this little powerful gummy, and I definitely encourage you to check it out. But if you haven't seen it yet, do create yourself a free account because in there, all the secrets that I have as to what I've done to manage, my way through Lyme, post-Lyme, cancer, and numerous surgeries, whatnot, and even things that are designed for other people are in there as well. So check it out. You're going to find all kinds of great recipes too. There's some fantastic interviews with experts and a whole lot more. So I will have a link for you up above. You can check that out at the end of the show. So a little bit about me. As you know, I'm a Lyme survivor, cancer survivor. And, there have been times that mainstream medicine has been absolutely wonderful for me and helped me out. But as you all know, sometimes it doesn't go that way. And sometimes they don't have the answers. So what do? You got to start looking for yourself. And I learned very quickly how to be an advocate. And fortunately, I did find some answers, digging through people who understood how food can be thy medicine and let medicine be thy food. So in that, I've learned so much that has been so helpful for me personally that I now have the ability to take all that information and pass it forward to you because, if you're kind of feeling the same way where you're just not getting anywhere, well, I'm here to help you improve your health, showing you the different ways that you can, learn to live in harmony with nature. I'm going to give you the power to live your best life. It'll be in little bits and pieces. So thanks for joining me today on this wellness journey. Now, last week we talked about telomeres, and again, those are those little caps on the end of our shoelace, like cells, our DNA. They play a crucial role in the aging process, and if we understand how they impact our health span, well, then we can figure out how maintaining telomere length is important for us to be able to age well. Now, last week we talked about, the things that do help, the healthy habits like staying active, making sure we get enough sleep, managing our stress. All of these things, they do help us to preserve and even extend our telomere length. And that, again, gives us a healthier, there it is, healthier, longer life. Now, there is an article about that in my wellness center. You're welcome to check that out too. It's a fantastic article. You can see the title right there. So, okay, so let's get talking a little bit more about telomeres. Now, again, those are those tiny caps at the end of your DNA strands that protect your cells from aging. And they're like the plastic tips on the end of your shoelaces. If they get frayed, your shoelaces start to fall apart and they look old and raggedy and they become non-functional after time. And same goes for telomeres. If they shorten too much, our cells can't divide properly, and this leads to aging and other health issues. But here's the good news is that we can actually do something to protect our telomeres. And we can do that with the right nutrients. And this is where antioxidants come in. And already, we're talking all the colorful fruits and veggies, right? But we need these. They're powerful nutrients. They help combat oxidative stress. Now, that's a major component when it comes to telomere shortening and weakening of our immune system. Now, we can give our bodies a nice steady supply of antioxidants, and when we do that, we're protecting our cells from becoming irreversibly aged and dysfunctional. Now, I know a lot of us are thinking, well, okay, we have to eat an awful lot of fruits and veggies to be able to do that. There's got to be some kind of a superhero, a way of being able to enjoy all of these antioxidants. Well, there is actually a tasty solution. It's one I've been using for a long time. In fact, I'm sharing one of my secrets. It's something called Vivix. Now, they show it in a beautiful jar. Mine comes in a nice little baggie. There's a whole bunch in there, actually. How many is in there? 90 of them. Anyway, yeah, same as on this container. Anyway, it's a one-of-a-kind supplement packed with all the antioxidant power of a muscadine grape and resveratrol and a unique blend of polyphenols. Now, we're going to break that down a little bit. Now, and when I say the muscadine grape, okay, what makes that so special? Well, this grape actually has an extra pair of chromosomes, which scientists believe gives us a powerful edge in protecting our cells from damage and aging. Now, the skin, seeds, and pulp of the muscadine grape, they're just absolutely packed full of polyphenols, those antioxidants that help protect your cells from wear and tear that lead to the aging. So if you're using the Vivix gummies, you're not just supporting your health today. What you're doing is you're giving your telomeres a little extra love. You're helping them to stay strong and healthy for the long run. Now, this is backed by science, and what makes Vivix different is that it's not just backed by nature, but by solid scientific research. There's a thing called the landmark study out there. You can look for it, landmarkstudy.com. It was actually the first comprehensive look at the health impacts of long-term supplement use. And it proved that the Shaklee products, including Vivix, are a powerful ally in promoting cellular health. And this is what it looks like. All right, 36% drop in biological stress, the C-reactive protein levels, 83% drop in medication use, and we're talking about people age 60 plus, so you know what I'm talking about. 30%, or sorry, 32% drop in the triglyceride levels. You know, that's the type of the lipids that are found in your blood, not good for you, and a 31% increase in the good cholesterols. And when we talk about telomere shortening, well, 57% drop. So you can check that out again at the landmark study on your own time, not a problem there. Let me get my mouse out of the way. And again, don't just take my word for it, just because I'm sitting here going blah, blah, blah. We're going to listen to Dr. Bruce Daggy. He's an expert in this field, and he's going to explain to us the science behind Vivix, how it supports our cells at the molecular level. Let's check this video out. Make sure I have my volume all the way up here. Oh, wrong screen. Oh, I'll get this yet, guys. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, let's go.
There's a clinical study, a published clinical study that was very remarkable on Vivix, as well as laboratory studies leading up to and following that clinical trial. So I'm going to take you through a little bit about the ways we've looked at it. So when we talk about cells aging, there are a number of different mechanisms whereby cells age. There can be an accumulation of oxidative and inflammatory damage. This can affect the mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of the cell. This can damage protein, and that's what I referred to earlier as AGEs. It can impair the stress resistance of the cell. It can cause the DNA in the cell to be damaged. And so we've looked at all these different kinds of inputs that can happen with the damage. So in the clinical study, Vivix was shown to blunt the biological stress response, to put the cells into a better protected state. And again, over time, that kind of a stress, and in the case of that clinical study, it was just in response to an unhealthy breakfast. We're not talking about something that you never experienced. That's leading to the accumulation of damage. So this was a high-fat meal, one single serving of Vivix or a matching placebo. And the Vivix ingredients blunted the stress response versus what was observed in the control over a 5-hour period after that meal. Now, I mentioned the mitochondria and increasing cellular energy. Again, mitochondria are important organelles inside your cells. They're the power plants of the cell, so to speak, and they can be damaged over time. And so you want to prevent that damage. We did a laboratory study looking at the viability and simply the mass of the mitochondria in human cell tissue over time. Next slide. And this is a kind of a cartoon representation, but you can actually see the data. We'll get to that later. These were micrographs where the blue areas represent the mitochondria. So in the control, you just see a few mitochondria. With resveratrol alone, you see more of the mitochondria. But with the complex polyphenol mixture in Vivix, you see the greatest increase in mitochondria. So again, this is energizing the cell. Cellular repair, okay, this can be different things. And one of the things we looked at was DNA damage. DNA is, of course, the blueprint within your cell that directs the cell in terms of what proteins it's going to make. So there's an assay that's called a COMET assay that looks at whether that DNA is intact or damaged. And if the DNA is damaged, you get like a small head of the comet with a big diffuse tail, like you see in the control. With resveratrol, that head of the comet is more visible. The tail is not quite as dispersed, indicating that that DNA was less broken down than in the control. But in Vivix, you see a massive head to the comet and very little tail. That means that the DNA was protected. And then again, on protein. So again, proteins in your body perform a number of functions. There are proteins that are hormones. There are proteins that are part of your muscle, that are antibodies. There are many, many different roles. And those proteins can be damaged and need to be broken down and recycled. And so that one form of damage is called AGE. And again, we compared in laboratory studies the formation of AGE proteins with resveratrol alone or with Vivix. And this is actually inhibition. So you have much greater inhibition of the formation of these damaged proteins with a Vivix blend versus resveratrol blend.
Okay, so that's Dr. Bruce Daggy. And he's, like I say, he's an expert on this subject. If you'd like to learn more, there's the link for you. I'm deliberately kind of hanging on this slide so you can maybe copy, paste it, or write it down, or whatever works for you. If you need it, get a hold of me. I'll make sure you get it, okay?
There's a clinical
Oh.
study, a published clinical study.
Sorry, I guess we did that already, didn't we? Let's see if we can move forward. Okay, so again, that was Dr. Bruce Daggy. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can support your telomeres and your overall health through just some very simple, basic, easy changes that make a big difference, join us this coming Wednesday. That'll be on the 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get into the telomere story with Dr. Bruce Daggy, the guy you were just listening to. So it's going to be packed with all kinds of amazing information that he's going to share with us that we can start using right away. Again, that's the telomere story. You can either write it down on your calendar there, or better yet, you can just register on the link up above that I'm going to make sure is there for you at the end of the show. And do register for it, even if you know you can't make it live at the time, because that way, as soon as it comes up available for replay, you're going to get a copy of it right out of the gate. I have a hair sticking in my eye. Gotta like that. Okay, so a quick recap of today's show. We talked a little bit about these lovely little Vivid gummies. They're packed full of powerful antioxidants from that muscadine grape, and that's going to help you to protect your cells and promote healthier aging. And again, I really would love for you to join us this coming Wednesday. Dr. Bruce Daggy is going to get way more into how we can support our telomere health in general. And if you'd like to learn more about this topic, you can check it out in my wellness center. Again, the link will be above for you. There's some great articles in there right now on how to protect yourselves to, slow down aging. Great article about the Nobel laureate's discovery, how that can change anti-aging forever. And again, telomeres, the key to aging and longevity, is a great video. And if you want to increase your wellness IQ a little bit more, feel free to join my wellness community. Is Danny's Wellness Tribe. And again, that link will be up above where you can register for the upcoming wellness webcast this Wednesday. Okay, so again, I am going to post links for everything that I mentioned in today's show, as well as a link to my YouTube channel. So if there's anything that you want to check out, you can cherry pick your way through there, what you like and don't like, and see what you enjoy. Also, if you want to message me about anything that I've posted, or you have a question about something that I've discussed, or maybe you're at that point where you're, sick up and fed of being sick up and fed, and, you'd like to see if, maybe there are other options for you. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but I do have a whole lot of information and wisdom behind 20 plus years of experience that I'd love to share with you. And it's really easy. How it works is you get a hold of me. We'll set a time, or I'll send you a link to my calendar and you go ahead and book it. And we'll just sit down and have a nice cup of tea together over Zoom. It'll be much like what you're seeing right here. And the more you tell me, well, the more you'll give us both the answers. And a few of you have been doing this with me already, and I'm really, grateful that you have, because I know you're already on your way to, feeling better. And we will be following up very soon. So yeah, go ahead and take advantage of that. I'm still not charging, so let me know if that interests you. Okay, so again, thanks for watching today. I do hope that everybody's doing very well. You and your family are doing well. Everything's going well with school being all settled in. And I do look forward to seeing you very soon. So check out the links up above, and I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.